Hey guys, it's Blake over at Biddy Saw Works. We had a customer bring in he brought in a MS271 today. He brought it in because it'll start and run, but it's bogging down. So today we're going to see if we can take a look at this saw and see if we can get it fixed. We got our two-cycle, two-stroke man here, Chance. So we're going to dive on into this thing. See right here, we've got it's an MS271 STIHL. We are a full line STIHL dealer, service, parts, and sales. So this guy bought this one from us, and we're just going to dive on into this thing. All right, so we've got the saw on the table. We're going to start. We start every piece of equipment, dumping the fuel out, getting the customer's fuel out. You know, he could have contaminated fuel, so we're just going to dump it out, and we're going to put our fuel in it because we know we've got clean fuel. We actually buy it pre-mixed, ready to go. So we're going to show you that now. All right, Chance, go ahead and dump her out. So that customer's fuel looks pretty clean, but you never know until you dump it out. It's better to be safe than sorry. All right, so we've got the fuel dumped out. Chance here is going to check these lines inside the tank. That's going to be a little hard to show you guys, but he's just going to check those lines to be sure none of them are cracked or split or anything like that. So he's going to see if he can get those out so we can show you. All right, so we've got the customer's fuel filter off here. Thing on it looks pretty clean, pretty good, no trash or anything like that. So what are we doing now, Chance?
We're going to add pressure to the line that goes to the carburetor here and pump it up, make sure this line here does not have a pinhole or anything like that in it, some sort of making it cause to pull air.
All right, so what's this doing here?
This one right here is actually holding the air, which means the fuel line does not have a pinhole or crack or anything like that in it, causing it to lose fuel pressure and causing the carburetor to pull air.
Okay, so we're just checking to be sure none of the lines are split or cracked or anything like that. So, all right, so we're gonna plug everything back up. Everything on that vacuum seal checked out fine. So we're gonna plug everything back up, get our fuel in it, and we're actually gonna crank the saw and see if we can get it to duplicate the problem that the customer was having. So we'll get that done and get it cranked up. All right, so we've got our fuel in it. Let me hop on this other side of you, Chance. So Chance is going to take her little tag off so it don't get caught in the chain there. So now we're just going to start the saw. Again, the customer said that it would crank up and it would run, but when you pull the trigger, it bogged down. So see if we can make that happen, Chance. Go ahead and crank it up. All right, so so something's going on. So it fired up when it was on choke, and it ran for a second and it died on out. So let's see if we can get it back on the table. Let's see if we can take that muffler apart and see if that screen stopped up. All right, so we're going to pull this cover off right here, and we're going to check this spark. All right, so we're going to plug this into the spark plug boot. Plug the other end into the spark plug. All right, Chance, go ahead. All right, so we got some light there, so we know it's got spark. All right, guys, so we see this a lot. 9 times out of 10, there's a screen inside the muffler just about on every steel piece that they make. 9 times out of 10, those screens get clogged up. A lot of people don't know this, but you know, that saw has to have fuel, air, and spark to run. So we know it's got spark, we know it's got fuel, so the only thing left to check would be the air. So we're going to check this muffler. When that screen gets clogged up, you'll notice, I'll show you when we take it out, it gets real dark, and if you can't see through it, it's pretty dirty. It's about time to change it. So if that saw can't breathe, it's not going to run. All right, Chance is going to see if we can get these. So this is on this 271. This is the muffler. It's got these little clips on there that Chance is going to take off and see if we can't get this thing apart. All right, so we've got those little caps off, and we won't be able to show you, but inside we've got some screws that we've got to take out. So we're going to go ahead and get those out. All right, so we took the muffler off. There was a little screen right, or a little screw that was right there that had a screen in it, and we took it out. This was the screen, so if I hold it up to that light, we can see it's pretty clean. No trash, no debris. So we've got air, we've got fuel because we've checked the lines, and we've got spark. So what we're going to do from here is probably dive more into the carburetor and just see what we can find there. All right, so we've got fuel, we've got air, and we've got spark. We've already checked those three things. So where I think we need to go from here, I think we need to pull the carburetor off. Let's check the diaphragm. Be sure, I believe there's a couple screens on that carburetor, so we'll check those screens, be sure there's not any trash on there. So we're going to see if we can't get that thing out and see if we can show you. Alright, so we've got our carburetor out, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this screw out and these 4 screws out. We're going to have some screens and diaphragms in there, so we're going to disassemble this and see if we can't get these out and take a look at them. Alright, so we've got this screen out, and I don't think you'll be able to see it, but there's a few pinholes in here. Alright, so we've got, see if we can get this in focus. We've got a little bit of trash on there, right in here. It's kind of hard to see on the camera. But we're going to probably end up replacing this and that other screen, wouldn't you say, Chance?
I would say so.
Yeah, going to see about replacing those and see if we can't dive a little more into this carburetor. So we've got a little bit of little gum up there. Probably all of these things are playing into one as to why this thing's not running right. So we don't keep a whole lot of those screens and diaphragms in stock. We typically have a lot better luck if we'll put a new carburetor on it. That may seem like the easy way out, but you get a brand new carburetor, we can typically have a little bit of warranty on that carburetor that we can file with STIHL. We just seem to have better luck when we send them out the door after we put a carburetor on instead of putting the screens and the diaphragms on. All right, so we've got our new carburetor here, and most of your carburetors are going to come with do not come with gaskets, so you have to have those separately. These don't have them on this 271. We've got rubber seal right there. We've also got one on this other side here. Let's see if I can show you. Right there inside. So that's what seals it off, so we won't need any gaskets or anything. Alright, so we've got the new carburetor on. Chance is putting the muffler back on. So we're going to get all this tacked back up, put back together, and then we're going to see if this thing will fire on up and see if we can get it running. Alright, so we've got everything put back together, everything's tightened down, so let's see if we can crank her up and see if she'll run. Let it idle for a minute. All right, well, cranked up and she ran. So what actually we're going to do, it's raining here today, but we're going to set this saw under the table here. And when it quits raining, we're actually going to go outside, and we've got some trees out back. I say trees, they're actually logs that our good friend brought us, and we leave them here so that anytime we have a problem with the saw, we'll go outside and we'll actually make a few cuts with them, just to be sure nothing bogs down when it's cut and when we stick it in wood. Just to be sure everything runs fine, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get that thing typed up and call the customer and let him know what's going on, let him know what we had to do. And actually, this saw looks fairly new, so we're actually going to check for warranty. We're going to see if this saw is still under warranty, and if it is, we're going to try and file a warranty on that carburetor. No guarantees on that, because carburetors are a little sticky with warranties, but still has had a bad run here recently on some carburetors that we've gotten, so we may luck up and be able to get that one under warranty. So we appreciate you guys watching, and we're going to see if we can't get another saw on the table and see if we can get it fixed.